Hello, welcome back to Brookhaven Hospital. So we're going to begin our excursion through the hospital. So we have the nurses here, so I found it. I found the tweet. There's always a tweet. Masahiro Ito confirmed that the nurses have no special meaning. They're just nurses. They're different nurses though, from the Bubblehead nurses on Silent Hill 2, because it's a different protagonist. Take from that what you will. Design-wise, they're kind of an amalgamation between the Bubblehead nurses of Silent Hill 2 and the puppet nurses from Silent Hill 1, which I guess kind of makes sense, them being Brookhaven nurses. And, you know, Alessa's unconscious mind. It's a fashion magazine. I'm not interested right now. I got nail polish remover. And some perfume. There's nothing else interesting in the locker. So, we need to figure out what the code is again, don't we? If the game will let me. So, we got an extremely long memo here. What's this supposed to mean? Pure eyes, blue, like a glassy bead. You're always looking at me, and I am always looking at you. Ah, because you're too meek, beautiful, unspoiled. Thus I'm so sad, I suffer. And so happy, it hurts. I want to hurt you, and destroy myself. What you would think if you knew how I felt. Would you simply smile, not saying a word? Even curses from your mouth would be as beautiful as pearls. I place my left hand on your face as though we were to kiss. Then I suddenly shove my thumb deep into your eye socket, abruptly, decisively, like drilling a hole. And what would it feel like? Like jelly? Trembling with ecstasy, I obscenely mix it around and around. I must taste the warmth of your blood. How would you scream? Would you shriek, "It hurts, it hurts"? As cinnabar red tears stream from your crushed eye? You can't know the maddening hunger I felt in the midst of our kisses. So many of them I've lost count. As though drinking in your cries. I bring my hopes to fruition, biting your tongue, shredding it, biting at your lips as if tasting your lipstick. Oh, what euphoric heights I would reach, having my desires fulfilled like a greedy, gluttonous cur. I longed too for your cherry-tinted cheeks, tasty enough to betwitch my tongue. I would surely be healed, and would cry like a child. And how is your tender ear? It brushes against my cheek. I want it to creep up to my lips so I can sink my teeth into its flesh. Your left ear, always hearing words whispered sweet as pie. I wanted to hear my true feelings. I never lied, no. But I did have my secrets. Ah, but what must you think of me? Do you hate me? Are you afraid? As though inviting you to the agony at the play's end, if you wish. You could destroy me. I wouldn't care. As you wish, you may destroy me. I wouldn't care. So that's... that's pretty chilling. Again, about a story, or kind of like a love letter from a guy Who just wants to do all these horrible things to one of the nurses. So again, feminine horror, right? So what does this have to do with a keypad face? Or the keypad code? Well, if we look at this as like it's someone's face. There are 3 rows. Of 3 rows, 3 columns. And each one of these buttons can represent a feature on someone's face. And so if you read this again, the first body part that he mentions is the eye socket. So 4 would be the first number. Then he talks about eating. Talks about drinking, eating, biting at your tongue. So that would be 8 as the second number. He then talks about cheeks. So 9. And then he mentions the left ear. So 6, which would make our number 4896. Again, pretty clever puzzle. I like it. Just reminding myself of the buttons for when I need it. Oh. There's a man's corpse laid out on the stretcher. The hand that's sticking out of the sheet has something written on it. The start time is my key. There's a medical record here. Could this be for this dead guy? Background unknown. Name and age unknown. Not admitted patient. Found in poor mental state on hospital grounds and temporarily installed in room M4 at the chief's discretion. Died late tonight from blood loss due to severed carotid artery. Was grasping on own kitchen knife in right hand. Assumed this was cause of neck wound. Possible suicide, but wound angle suspicious. Sent to second floor treatment room for further investigation. Have received no proof or corroboration of event from patient residing in same room. However, have not notified police, however. For future necessity, leave victim's bed and effects intact, room M4. See if we can get a block in. There we go. Oh, they have guns! I forgot they have guns. See, we're getting some gameplay. Almost gameplay. No, no, I take it back. That's not being fair. The game's fine. Gameplay's fine. I quite like how they added the block button like that. I just kind of forgot about it, to be honest. It's been a while since I played this one, but yeah, I mean, it's fine. It works. When we were designing the Soliloquy gameplay, it actually played a lot like this, but we had some different ideas for the gameplay, which I'm hoping one day will come to fruition. I feel like sometimes I'm a bit too harsh on the game. So I think this is actually the code to the briefcase. 569 or something like that. What time was it? 5:45. No? I'm pretty sure it's just the time, but in military time. So 5:47. Be a bit more specific, I guess. I say military time, 24-hour time, like normal time. 5. So 17:47. That should be right. What am I missing? That's what I was missing. Got an instant camera. There's nothing else interesting. I was just misreading the clock, that's all. Unlike a normal camera, you can see the developed photos straight away. That's definitely a gun room, I'm gonna say. I'm not sure what the red around their mouth is supposed to represent, if anything. I'm guessing nothing based on what Masahiro Ito said. All that for a first aid kit? Probably not worth it. Let's use it anyway. Stupid. I always thought that the nurses sounded like Heather as well. And I don't know if that's also symbolic of something, or if they just reused the same voice actress. We don't need to mess with all the nurses. Can't get to the third floor. I missed a lot of this floor out, actually. Too early. Bloodborne, this is not. Honestly, I think if you were able to just kind of smooth out... there's another gun room, I want to say. Honestly, I think if you were able to just smooth out the controls a little bit, the gameplay would actually be pretty good. Oh, I don't like the way they stand back up. Anything even in this room? Or was it just another waste of... Yeah, another waste of healing items. Oh well. There are a lot of things stuck to the wall. A cookie, a toothbrush, a spoon, a Christmas card, a clock. Whoever it was probably used glue, but why do this in the first place? There's a key glued to the wall. I'd love to take it with me, but it's really stuck tight. I can't even pull it out. No, but you have the item to be able to do it. Got the stairwell key. Anything else in here? Doesn't look like it. Can we get onto the roof? We can get jump scared, but can we get onto the roof? We can. Oh, I haven't seen you boys for a while. It's just a normal screen. It doesn't look like it's about to break and fall. Are you throwing shade at James? Is there anything even up here other than that creepy noise they reuse in Silent Hill 4? I don't think so. Submachine gun bullets. Cool. Don't think there's anything up there. Yeah, that howl, they reused that in Silent Hill 4. It's interesting. It's locked. Need another code. We don't have that yet. Nothing in here, I don't think. It's actually really interesting to me how much adding a block button changes the gameplay around. Like a surprising amount. Nothing in here, I don't think. What's this? There's a memo on the wall. Punishment for brutality towards the patient. 12 hours confinement in the special treatment room. Dismissal policy no longer in effect. Contact the chief if you have any questions. There's something handwritten on the top of the typewritten sentence. The trick is not to leave any marks. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, one other thing. This looks like it was written by a different person. The chief is a pervert. Christy would have been better off if she had been fired. Some not very nice things going on in this hospital. Nothing but cleaning supplies in this locker. Uh-oh. It's looking a bit dilapidated in this one. Can you open the doors again? We can. Should probably head down to second floor again. I guess. Or the basement. Try the basement. It's a wheelchair. Where's the person that was using it? Over there, I guess. It's all just junk. I don't think there's anything important here. Streaks of blood, as if something got dragged to continuing on the back of the shelf. No, it's more like they start from the back of the shelf. You have to use the camera here? This bit always used to creep me out. I was really scared what you're going to see. Two 2879. You also get the submachine gun. The blood trail continues into the elevator. Part of me wants to peek in, but then it's a little creepy too. Yeah, let's just not. The submachine gun's like, it's decent, I guess. It's good if you have to fight like a lot of people. Wait, what was the code? I forgot already. Luckily it saves the memos for you. 2879. Tissue and an alarm clock. Huh. The clock's broken, but otherwise no big deal. It's a magazine. Just some kind of gossip magazine. Teaching Despair, Wish House. Wish House, an orphanage on the outskirts of Silent Hill. But behind its false image is a place where children are kidnapped and brainwashed. Wish House is managed by the Silent Hill Smile Support Society, a charity organisation sometimes called 4S. It's true that 4S is a well-respected charity that takes in poor children without homes and raises them with hope. But at its heart, it's a heathen organisation that teaches its own warped dogma in lieu of good religious values. Mr. Smith, who lives near Wish House, has this to say: "Sometimes at night, I can hear their weird prayers and the sounds of children crying. I went there to complain one time, but they ran me right out. Since then, it hasn't changed a bit." In fact, this reporter was refused admission when he attempted to take photographs in the facility. What exactly do the folks at Wish House have to hide? During my investigations, I was able to discover, however, a suspicious-looking round concrete tower, which appears to be part of their facilities. Unfortunately, no one was willing to tell us what the tower was used for, but it seems unlikely it has anything to do with the business of raising orphans, and in fact may be a prison or a secret place of worship. The cult religion that operates Wish House is known by locals simply as the Order. It's a religion that is deeply interwoven with Silent Hill's history, but its worshippers' fervent belief that they are people among the elite, chosen people, has a dark and dangerous side. I intend to continue my investigation of Wish House and the cult behind it. I've always believed that telling the whole truth and showing the children the true path is our most important duty. Joseph Schreiber. Wish House. I feel like I've heard that name before. So, keep in the back of your head. Big concrete towers, Joseph Schreiber, and Wish House. And the Order. The Order's actually really interesting because I forgot all about this note, and I was always under the impression that the cult wasn't named the Order until, like, the movie or Homecoming named them that. I didn't realise Silent Hill 3 named them. But yeah, that entire note, it's kind of interesting because this game was being developed at the same time as Silent Hill 4, and everything that was just described in that note is more or less Silent Hill 4. Or at least Silent Hill 4 fleshes that out a lot more. That's interesting. Oh, there's one behind me! There's lots of them! Man, this game is quite a bit harder. I only have 5 shotgun bullets left. Yeah, this one's quite a bit more difficult than the previous entries. Damn it!
Hello?
Claudia.
No, I'm not.
Don't lie to me, Claudia. You're always trying to run from your responsibilities. Have you come to apologize? Or maybe you still don't realize how foolish you've been. The salvation of all mankind. Ah, what a ridiculous dream.
Wait, just listen to me for a second.
I've heard enough from you already. How did you turn out this way? Where did I go wrong?
Listen to me already. I'm not Claudia.
You're not Claudia.
My name is Heather.
Heather.
Who are you?
Leonard Wolf. I'm sorry. I thought you were my daughter.
Claudia is your daughter?
Oh, so you know her, do you? Are you one of her followers?
No, never. When I find her, I'm...
I can feel the hatred.
What?
Behind your words. The anger. You plan to kill her, don't you?
I'm sorry, but she killed my father.
She's a fool. But she's still my daughter. I was going to forgive her if she changed her ways. But I see it's too late. Heather, will you help me?
Help you?
I'm locked up in here, and I must stop Claudia.
Where are you now?
I'm not sure myself, but the door is at the end of the hall on the second floor. I think I can be of help to you. I have a seal. Please.
A seal? The end of the hall on the second floor.
There is no door at the end of the hall on the second floor. So we just spoke to Leonard, Claudia's father. He's in here somewhere. He's got a seal for us. And now suddenly, this door's appeared out of nowhere with no number. the Mark of Samael. This picture, this one doesn't make my head hurt when I look at it. But I know this one, it must be...
Still has unusually high beat. Eyes don't open. Getting a pulse, but just barely breathing. Why? What is keeping that child alive?
The hell? Was I daydreaming? No, it was more like watching a video in a dark room. That nurse, I know her. Lisa. It was so heavily towards me in that hellish hospital room. She did get a little weird, though. This is my favourite transition to the Otherworld in the franchise. It's just so well done. It kind of parallels the Phantom Fourth Floor of Alchemilla Hospital from the first game. You just get blindsided with so much so quickly. I mean, look at this. This monster, turning the valve. He's someone we'll be meeting again, so I'll talk about him later. There's a nurse. Covered in what looks like burning heat. A small detail that I do like about that monster is that he's turning the valve clockwise, so it's like he's closing it. Almost as if he's building the pressure. And, welcome to the Otherworld Hospital. There's a stretcher sort of half shoved into the room. Maybe it was being carried in. Yeah, whatever's on top was being brought in here. Look at it. Insane. So, now Heather, let's get somewhere quieter before I talk about it, if I can. This will do. Got a hand holding onto the window. Creepy. So now Heather knows a little bit more about what's going on. The other world's starting to shift and warp away from this Silent Hill 1 Alessa style, and it's becoming much more personal to Heather now. Lots of blood on the walls. Swarming parasites, lots of impregnation. We'll see lots of impregnation and birth imagery. Fears about pregnancy and raising children. Very, very feminine horror, very fitting to the themes of this franchise. So it's all still here. The feminine aspects are all still here. It's just approached from a very different angle this time because obviously we're playing as a woman. I find it a really interesting development to have the incubator, which, you know, in Silent Hill terms used to be Alessa, now it's Heather. Having the incubator walking around, projecting her nightmare onto reality wherever she goes. When Alessa was doing this in Silent Hill 1, she was trapped in a single location, you know, for the entirety of the game. Whenever we saw her, like out and about, they were just astral projections of her. She was locked away in a hospital basement for 7 years. She probably didn't really experience anything new in that time, so all of her projections were around hospital equipment, bloody chains and rust, and things that she was afraid of from a very young age, like dogs and insects. But Heather's wandering around. As she's experiencing new things, this is affecting her unconscious, and things are shifting around in real time. That's why this Otherworld at this point is so much more aggressive and different. than it was like back in the mall. I think it's such an interesting direction to take the franchise in. One thing this game doesn't do though is show you other people's unconscious projections, like it did in Silent Hill 2. It just kind of confirms that everyone is seeing the same as what Heather is seeing in this one. I feel like the game kind of ignores that aspect of Silent Hill 2. Or maybe my reading of Silent Hill 2 is off base, in the respect that it's all from within James. Maybe it confirms that Angela, Eddie and Laura weren't actually real. But then again, who even says that Silent Hill 2 takes place before Silent Hill 3 anyway? The only thing really is that if Silent Hill 2 took place after Silent Hill 3, that would mean that James and Mary would have needed to have gone to Silent Hill 2 at least 17 years before this game takes place. But it kind of states that it all happened 3 years ago. Overall, I don't know. I try not to overthink it game to game, to be honest. Like saying the series has a consistent rule set would be inaccurate. Silent Hill 2 muddles everything a hell of a lot, and Silent Hill 4 is going to come along and make this even worse. That is to say that the timeline for the events in Silent Hill, it's not cohesive. Silent Hill 1 and 3 fit together quite well, but Silent Hill 2 doesn't fit in at all. It doesn't, as much as it pains me to say it, it doesn't work as a trilogy. I'll let you make your own mind up about that though, I'm interested. Let me know, I'm interested to see what you think. So, let's get out there. I doubt I need to check this out. I like to avoid touching this kind of thing if I can. It looks like it's a piece of meat or something on the ground. It's just so... How did they even do this? Crazy shader effects? Just so dark, you can't even see what's going on. So this game has this weird creative effect where you're shown whatever the hell this is supposed to be, and it's kind of horrifying and grotesque, but you can't look away because you need to understand it. But you can't understand it, and that's how this gets into your head. It's a much more brute force approach than the quiet, subtle melancholy of the previous game, but it's just as effective at getting into your head. Oh, they can still hit you? Okay. Yeah, you go over there. Go after the beef jerky. Leave me alone. Should probably explore the whole entire floor first, I guess. Also, notice there's 3 basement floors now. the infamous mirror room. Did you see it? That room's iconic. It's the main thing people seem to remember about this game is that room. And it's so well done. It's really short, if you know what's happening, but it's so well done. The way I reacted when I first played this game to that room, let's just say it's the kind of horror that's almost indescribable, but I'll give it a go. You know what makes that little vignette in that mirror room so effective? Restraint. The rules didn't change to warn you. There was no inner monologue like a puzzle has. No cutscene to signify a set piece. You enter a room and all hell breaks loose. You know, you see the blood seeping in from the mirror to the other side. And it just happens. Like, the game plays a totally straight face with no interruption to the gameplay. So the player starts to use the tools at their disposal. You try to run, but you're trapped. Like, you can shoot the mirror, but nothing happens. There's no bespoke animation for Heather desperately trying to open the door. The entire vignette is told completely within the confines of the already established gameplay. When you see something happening in a cutscene, in a horror game, a lot of the time you're thinking, oh okay, this is all good. It's in the script, right? This is supposed to happen. But what just happened then? Nope. You have no idea what's going on. There's no such tells. For all you know, you're about to die and be sent back to the main menu. And who knows when you last saved it? They've done it a lot in the last few games, but where they have these totally optional rooms with seemingly little point other than to just give you a quick spook to throw you off. My favourite example being the toilets in the prison in Silent Hill 2, but this was on another level entirely. You've entered this room, all hell's broken loose and the game's offered you nothing that you can hold on to for comfort that you normally be looking for at this point, so you're thinking, oh shit, I probably shouldn't be here. I've done something wrong, I should leave. And then you can't leave. You're powerless and probably panicking, just like Heather would be in that situation, but that's the key difference. You are panicking, just like Heather would be panicking. You're not watching Heather panic. This is happening to you. It's almost like a fourth wall break, it's brilliant. There's a dead body hanging from the ceiling. The blood dripping from it has totally filled the bucket set out below. Who would do this and for what? It looks like a full-out bloodletting. Honestly, these enemies are just more annoying than scary to me. And unfortunately, they use them a lot. They're just so annoying to fight. They only have to touch you and you just go absolutely flying across the floor. Stop it! Problem with the submachine gun is it just chews through ammo so quickly. Look at that. There's a memo here on the chart. Dr. Midkiff. Please use extra caution with the patient in room 312. He should still have his religious freedom here in the hospital, but he shouldn't push his faith on others. I'm a victim too. Rumour has it he got here by stabbing someone over a religious dispute. Please be careful. Yes, it looks like the rumour is true. According to the head nurse, I do think he's a good person otherwise, though. Easy to deal with. Guess we'll head up to the second floor. With a screaming mouth in that room. What's going on in there? The game does this a lot, where it just kind of keeps things just obscured out of view, so you can't work out what's going on.
Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Oh, I forgot your name.
Who are you?
Oh, okay, thanks. Happy birthday, dear. Who are you? Happy birthday to you. Happy 31st birthday.
Is this Leonard?
That's the murderer's name, not my name. I'm not your beloved Stanley either. He's underground now. His new name is Number 7. But don't worry about that now. It's time to celebrate your birthday.
You've got me mistaken for someone else. Today's not my...
I'm not mistaken. Today is your 24th birthday. And I have a present for you. Which do you prefer? To give pain or to receive it? You can have the one you hate the most. Happy birthday to you!
But you're wrong. It's not my birthday.
Oh, Alessa's age plus Heather's age is 31, and Cheryl's age plus Heather's age is 24. It's a nice little detail. What I find more chilling about this is learning about Leonard and Stanley, though. Did Leonard murder Stanley? So he couldn't get to Heather? His name's Number 7 now. Something strange is cooped up in the locker. I think I'm safe, but I shouldn't get too close. Is that a picture of Claudia? Got a blood bag. Guess we should head down into the basement. There's a memo here. Let's see. He seeks out her soul by his own black ambition, frightening her out of her wits, whispering love songs into her ear. What cruel in it once he gets. Number 7 seemed quite happy to see us, didn't he? Ugh. Cock Robin who hid the key away in ash in the oven. Alright, the place he held is empty now, and the doors remain shut tight. Burn the one who knows no death, pure, adored by those above, no prayers within, just simple love. And now the pining hunter, the flames longing for his rebirth, distant breath within the earth. Burn up that heavy body of his, make it wind, dancing in the sky. That bottomless gut, now a cloud, now a sigh. The sweet blood on his laughing lips now calls him to the gates of hell. There burns evermore that soulless shell. All bodies return to ashes, thus the door is opened, thus the door is opened. That one's pretty obvious, you just have to read the descriptions and then it's pretty obvious what it's which ones it's talking about. It's 9271. Gets us the cremated key. Which I believe we use on the first floor. Yeah, to get to the day room. Happy first birthday! So many enemies and so little ammo. Oh my god! Oh my Christ! Just die! I remember I always played this game on easy mode now. Something on the ground. Is this a birthday card? Happy 38th birthday! 14 plus 7 plus 17 is 38. It's not my birthday. There's a stretcher here. Not just your usual stretcher. This is more like an altar of some sort. Lit candles, a knife, and is that blood I smell? Did they worship that picture, or something in the picture? The title is Lost Memories. One characteristic mentioned only in rare documents and dying out in the modern age is that of ritual sacrifice. Offering prayers? Pierce a man's chest with a copper stake, drench the altar in blood which spouts red from the heart to praise and to show loyalty unto God. In other sacrificial rite mentioned in the same book, the victim is burned alive. This was more a dignified ceremony in which prisoners and sinners were not only allowed to participate, only the clergy could be sacrificed. Similar to burning at the stake, no comparable rite could be found in religions practiced nearby. It may have some connection with the main deity being a sun god. Even though this religion extols redemption, it brings back to mind a dark and cultish history. I saw that drawn on the dividing screens at the hospital. But this is different. Seems like it was drawn a long time ago. Somehow. Heading on down.
Aether.
Yeah? Leonard, where are you?
Thank you. Now I can finally leave here. Now Claudia's ridiculous dream is over. Well, I guess it's time to dispose of her. The salvation of all mankind. Ha! Why must we reward even the unbelievers?
What are you talking about?
About our plans, of course. It's true that God is merciful, but first, one must be chosen. Only we, who hearken to the voice of God, will be given the keys to paradise. Don't you think so, Heather?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and think whatever you want.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that I don't think the way you guys do. I don't want any part of that kind of paradise.
You're an unbeliever. You deceived me.
I didn't deceive you. We were both just wrong about each other. I thought you were a normal person.
So you tried to trick me so you can run off with my seal, eh? Heretic! You plan to destroy God!
I told you I wasn't trying to trick anyone. What is this seal thing anyway?
Don't play innocent. You can't fool me anymore. The seal is mine! I was appointed by God to be its guardian! The only thing you'll get from me is a gruesome death.
Leonard? Is that you?
Death to all who turn their backs on God!
Is every person here a mental case? Well, I guess you're not a person anyway.
Slow motion! Behold, the most frustrating boss in any video game ever. Easy. Just have to stun lock him.
Leonard's not here anymore. I guess I should head back to the motel now. I hope Douglas is okay. Huh? What's this?
Got a talisman. A mark on it that we may be familiar with. It looks like the seal of Metatron. There's an odd design inscribed on it. I got it after I defeated Leonard. And that was Leonard, Claudia's father. A very abusive father as well, that we learn. Similar to how Alessa had an abusive mother, there's this huge undercurrent of parental abuse that runs through both Silent Hill 1 and 3. And this game likes to explore how these two people are going to reconcile this into their sense of self. Well, we're done with the hospital. We can leave. We can exit quickly.
Why did you send her to my father?
Was that wrong?
It's your fault that he...
Oh, but surely it's a good thing. It means he was one of God's beloved, no?
Those who mock God will never receive salvation. You'll go to hell, Vincent. You'll never feel the joy of God's everlasting paradise.
And you think God is going to save you? Ha!
What do you know anyway?
I know about the pleasures of this world. And I want to find my happiness while I'm still here. You hated your father, didn't you? I saw the way he hit you, and kicked you, and made you cry. The memory of his cruelty is forever burned into my mind.
Yes, and that's why we need God.
What you call faith is nothing more than a child crying out for love. That's why you're all alone.
You don't understand. None of you do.
Vincent's a culty boy too. He's also a smug git who who likes to hear himself talk, but he sure doesn't seem to be on Claudia's side. He definitely seems to have his own agenda, so it's likely that he's using Heather. But it's not like Heather really has much of a choice but to go along with all this anyway right now. He's an interesting character for sure. It seems he's got his head screwed on just a little bit tighter than the other members of the cult so far. Also, that's a late afternoon sun. That's a lighting we haven't seen yet in Silent Hill. It's looking for 106. There it is.
Where's Douglas?
He went out. But he left a message for you.
Was there someone else here just now?
No, just me. Don't you want to know what the message is?
Yeah, what did he say?
The church is on the other side of the lake.
Church? Wonder what he meant by that.
You don't understand? That's where Claudia is. Across the lake. On the north side. If you're going, you better go through the amusement park. It's probably the only way in now. Go northwest on Nathan Avenue. It's a bit far, but closer than heaven.
Is that it for the message?
Uh-huh.
Thanks. Douglas really said that?
What's wrong? You don't trust me?
Go northwest on Nathan Avenue. I'd like to save it. Okay.
Oh, hell.
This is just like the dream from the start of the game. We're here. We've come full circle. And we're back where Silent Hill 1 ended, at the Lakeside Amusement Park. It could get me talking about synchronicity, but I'm not gonna. I do like talking about synchronicity though. What I really want to talk about is a save point. So remember the premonition. We die if we go onto the roller coaster. So if you remember that, you'll know not to go onto the roller coaster. We need to find the key for that. But first we need to find a damn save point. Is there anything else in here? I was kind of just blowing through it. Hoping there'd be a save point a bit closer, but... Got beef jerky. There's a save point. How did I miss that? Cool. Okay, we'll carry on next time through the amusement park. We're almost there. Almost done. 2 more areas to go. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye.